We have to actually keep things moving along. We're gonna have to be fairly strict on our 20 minutes for the next 3 presentations. I'd like to introduce David. David Kitler.
It needs no more. Hello, everybody. Thank you. And I know 20 minutes sounds like an eternity to you, but I don't know if I did that. There we go. We're good. I was hoping Jeff would speak a little bit about the objectives of the flag expeditions as a whole, but I'm going to give you mine right now, just so you have an idea. I think I am. What we were required to do. As you're sitting there thinking amongst yourselves, oh, could I ever do this, or would I ever do this? It is a great opportunity, but you won't want to do it. The truth is, I want to go again. Yeah. We had to observe, which is obvious there, but the biggest thing was education. Observing and painting and some of those things that are there were easy to do, or easy to figure out. It's how to educate people. So we started one by one. Because when I actually began this and told people about the harpy eagle, which was a particular interest of mine, the most powerful bird, I guess, is what I wanted to go to. Birds of prey are something I'm really attracted to. I love all animals, but spend a lot of time with this. But I didn't want this expedition to be about tigers or pandas, which I'm sure we all know a little bit about them. I was surprised at how few people even knew what a harpy eagle was. People stopped at the bald eagle, maybe the golden eagle. So I thought, as unrepresented, that's what I want to pick, a species that was that. So it originally ranged in, its range has really decreased. So the endangered part is the fact that its territory is basically wiped out. Okay, so it's now, okay, that's what I wanted to say right now. That's why we chose it. I'm hoping this catches up to me. That's what I'm working with this projector here. The rainforest is, as you know, full of a bunch of creatures. The harpy eagle we considered an apex creature, and that's the one we wanted to focus on. If it was in good shape, so would everything else, we figured. Okay? I don't have to keep talking, I just have to figure out. I'm hoping I'm not clicking too much. So I'm just letting you see some of the other creatures that are in the jungle that we stayed in or traveled through. And just some unknown, or some facts. Ooh, I see we're cutting off a little bit. Some of the things I knew ahead of time were what I wanted to reinforce on this trip. We didn't have a real clear-cut plan. I guess being the first is a tough thing to do because there's really nothing to follow, but I wanted to share with you some of the facts we knew about the harpy eagle before. And our intention was to really go and confirm that, to learn new things, obviously, and figure out a way to educate the population, whoever was interested, on how to protect this bird. It doesn't have the largest wingspan of any bird, but it's due to its hunting style. It's a stealth hunter. It'll hunt in the canopy of the trees. It'll perch and basically choose a high tree, swoop down, kill whatever it's looking to eat for that particular day. And the size of it is something you'll have to grasp later. The middle picture, or third from the left, is the claw of the bald eagle. Golden eagle's next to it, and that's the harpy eagle claw. If you've heard of a tiger or a grizzly bear, the claw is the same size, okay? The tarsus is its wrist, and that is huge. It's the size of your own wrist if you wanted to grab that, okay? And the claw has a specific function. It's to sever the spine on the prey that it catches, and we'll talk about its prey coming up. And I just want you to see that. Oops, okay. I'll do this as it comes in. This is the Panama Canal under the number sign here. We chose a spot right here, which, as you can see, or down here, the Darien Gap is what it's called, is along the Colombia border. So there are threats, and quickly I'll go through this and tell you that I remember Lee flying over this little area as we're doing our last little hopscotch into the Darien Gap, thinking that, am I going to have to bathe in this water? That's what I remember her thoughts. Okay, so it's not the most clean. It's a rainforest. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Sorry. Okay, we got from the plane. We got to the shoreline. Basically, took a canoe up the river that we were going into, and basically hacked our way into the jungle. to where this tribe that we were visiting had apparently had 3 nest sites on their land. So direct quote from my journal, which is part of our expedition objective to complete a journal. And all I remember is feeling like we were in a sauna, doing a Stairmaster exercise, wearing our backpacks, hiking for hours, maybe resting a little bit and continuing. Back in the sauna, never leaving that sauna actually. And that'll explain the next picture where I'm airing my armpits out. Okay? The nest trees are what I'm trying to show you here. There's 2 that they usually use, the ceiba and the quepo. They're emergent trees, the tallest trees in the jungle. And again, it's something we tried to get to as many nests as we could. I know, I'm just waiting for this. So in these pictures, I'm just showing you their homes, okay? So the size of the trees, if you look right up here, that's the harpy eagle, okay? And under the nest, we'd find evidence of their diet, and the primary diet item is the sloth, okay? So these are sloth bones, claws, and fur. I guess I hadn't picked up in this particular picture. Again, I wanted to do something that I loved, and that was to see the animals in their natural setting. It was not a picnic, I assure you. But we had a goal. If we could only see a bird like this, a chick, in a nest, that would be like a dream come true. And just so you can start planning, my birthday is December 3rd, and that's when we arrived in Panama, okay? And the guide that we had hired ahead of time to arrange some scouting opportunities turned to me as we got into the vehicle at the airport and said, I think we found a nest with a chick in it. And I thought, oh, that would be so cool, right? If we could go and see a chick. Well, not only did we see the chick, it wasn't a little head or fur ball sitting in the nest. It was actually a live 3 to 4 month old chick that got up and did a number of poses for us all the time. And as an artist, you'll realize that it's invaluable to see the thing move around that you're trying to paint. We didn't want to get too close. I had climbing equipment, but we didn't want to interfere with the nest or this chick in this particular case. We did check out the other nests in the site, and again, I gotta be careful here. Okay, I was able to observe a lot more than this chick sitting in the nest. It would interact with its environment, and that helped or aided me as I'm sitting with the scope or trying to document things in the journal or through the camera. So that's what these poses were for. Trying to keep up with this projector here. So there we go. Okay, so I'd take a lot of pictures, and that was basically the daily activity from dawn till dusk, was sitting under this nest, photographing it, and the creatures that the adult would bring to the nest as food. Okay, and remember those talons, that's what the adults have. I guess the chick sat on its a lot, but this is a woolly opossum that this particular female brought into the nest one occasion. It's hard to tell. A lot of times they're dispatched from another tree. The male will bring in the prey, and you'll see parts of it come to the nest, and you're kind of guessing what's what. You know, until you see a head or a tail, you really have no clue. So the capuchin monkey is the main or dietary item. The anteaters, coachis, macaws, any birds that can see, spider monkeys. But their main dietary item, again, is the sloth. And we are now doing some work in Panama with somebody who raises these just for your benefit. They're the slowest moving mammal on Earth. Okay, and we've got stories in the journal where kids in Panama walking along with a dog would see a mother and a baby and decide, you know, let's see who'd win in a game, you know, a fight between the two of them. So a lot of times the babies are orphaned as the mother's killed by, again, something a lot faster than the slowest mammal. So we're working with some people now to get traps and try to study the sloth in Panama. Interaction was unique. We were able to watch the parents with the chicks, the chick itself, as I mentioned earlier, and if a vulture would fly over, the mother would do some mantling or protecting of the food if it was there, or the chick if that was appropriate. But it was good to